Now we are going to talk about Raka, okay? As I said, in Greece, they have similar drink, very similar. You're gonna see the color change in it. It occurs with theirs as well. They refer to it as Ouzo. And in Iran, Persia, in Lebanon, they refer to it as Arak. Now there is this war, not a war of words, war of claiming on who actually came up with Raki or Ouzo or Arak, the original one. And it hasn't been settled yet, not yet. Greeks say, as with everything else, we invented and we came up with Ouzo, and then Turks and Persian Empire, they got it from us. You ask Persians, they will tell you a different version. Of course, you ask Turkish people, and they tell you a different version. There is no consensus out there, which makes it universal, kinda. It's a tie between these nations. No matter what, we are so similar, especially here on the Aegean side of Turkey. We are very similar to Greeks. In fact, within an hour and a half, you can go to all these Greek islands from where I live currently in Fethiye. And the same thing with Lebanon and Iran. It bridges the gap. How do we drink Raka? Okay, so Raka has very high alcohol content. And these are Raka glasses. They are thin, delicate, okay? They are not very tall. And usually you will see two of these. One for water, just plain water, cold water with ice. One for Raka, whether straight or with a little bit of water, whether with ice or no ice. But when it comes to certain people's taste buds, you may end up with 3 glasses. And I am one of those people. I like to have, in addition to water to accompany my Raka, I like to have hot turnip juice. It's salty, it's spicy, and for some reason it mixes so well. When you have a sip of anise flavored, licorice flavored, not sweet, it's not like Sambuca, Raka, and then you follow it with a small sip of this salty, spicy turnip juice. It's magical, and it's also, for some reason, it allows you to drink more, handle more alcohol. And I can't explain the reason for it. So I'm going to start the process. In this carafe here, I have, we call it 20 or 25 milliliter of Raka, and you can pour it as, this is about, I would say, single, not enough for me, or you can keep going and make it, this is about double. And you know what? In Turkey, they mark the glasses, so I'm good. You may think I'm doing this all the time because the line is right here and I couldn't even see it when I was pouring. I did double. Now, some people, strong men, they like to drink it straight. I can't. I can graduate maybe one day, but not yet. What I do is I mix it with a little bit of water, not too much. I won't do as much as Raka, maybe half as much. So in order to see it, I take it and this is about, do you see the transformation? Isn't this beautiful? It turns milky color, the way it interacts. It's driven from grapes, just like wine, sometimes from raisin, the alcohol for fermentation for Raka. And then they add anise seed to it, which gives that licorice taste, that scent of licorice. So that takes care of my strong double Raka glass. Now I'm going to pour regular water here. And let's talk about ice, because certain people in Turkey, they are purists and they say, don't put ice in your Raka. It destroys the flavor. It affects it. It's not the same. So you have to drink it not with ice in it. I personally, during summer months, I like to put 1 just one ice cube in my Raka. And some people always drink their Raka with 1 or 2 cubes of ice. So this is traditional Raka and water. Now mine goes further because I like to have this spicy turnip juice, salty, spicy. And what you do is, it's all balancing act, whether you're drinking your Raka with water or with spicy turnip juice, it's a 1-to-1 ratio of sipping. And to give you an idea, the reason it takes, for me, it would take about 45 minutes, 1 hour easily to finish this, because you sip less than you sip brandy. It's a small sip. You don't drink this thing like wine, okay? It's not a margarita. You have very tiny sips followed, accompanied with bite of food and a little sip of water or a little sip of the spicy turnip juice. You talk, then a couple of minutes later, another. So you gradually get into the mood. It's not something that you want to have like a shooter and get drunk, or you actually can faint, because this is potent, okay? This is very, very strong. So to just show you, it's a traditional thing in Turkey. You always start with cheese, and here is mine. Beautiful. Cucumber slice. Of course, olives. You can't do anything in Turkey without olives. We are olive culture, especially here in Fethiye, Aegean region, olive nation. And here's your bread. Yum. I'm going to have, and this cheese is, it's not your regular dry feta that you see in supermarkets back in the United States. This is rich, this is dense, this is creamy, this is fresh. Mmm. 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 Exquisite. And there goes my olive. Amazing. Look, I still have some food in my mouth. That olive is releasing its delicious oil and flavor. Tiny sip. Tiny sip. This is amazing. Now I'm waiting for my company, and it's going to take me 1 hour to devour these delicacies. And as I've said, very, very healthy, vegetarian, organic, healthy food. Here we are with our middle course, which is hot mezes, hot appetizers, hot tapas. In this particular fixed menu, they have 3 amazing items. In the middle here, what you see is the little baby lamb kidneys. I know some of you are going to say, ooh, kidney, but offals have a big, major place in, whether it's in Greece or whether you're in Spain or in Italy. Liver, kidney, even heart, sweetbreads, tribes. We like these things, and if they come from little animals, not like old, big animals, they are delicate. And for me, I like the taste of charcoal with it, meaning they have to be grilled. These tiny little kidney pieces have been brushed with olive oil, sprinkled with sea salt, and grilled on charcoal, fresh. And at the end, what they do is they just zap it with oregano. And again, you see it here. These are the oregano here. And these oreganos, they grow right here in Fethiye. To my left here, I have hot, not as in spicy, temperature-wise warm, hot, mixed herbs and vegetables sauteed with onion, shallots, garlic, and various spices. And they use olive oil from here to saute it. It's very tasty. It's spinach, there is broccoli in it, there is different kinds of herbs that grow wildly in the mountains. And again, whatever is seasonal. The key word here is seasonal. To my right here, you have stuffed mushroom. So you have halved mushrooms. We have similar appetizers in US, in UK, in Italy. And again, they put some garlic and breadcrumb, and they top it with kashari cheese. Kashari cheese is very similar to mozzarella, except it's more aged. It's a little bit tad more salty, and it has more nutty flavor. It's somewhere between Parmesan cheese and mozzarella cheese, and we call it here kashari cheese. They put it in the clay plate, and they just put it in the oven for about 10 minutes, so the mushroom is not like overly cooked. And there you have it. And I'm going to start with this, my kidney. And I told you that I like my food spicy, so I'm going to zap it with Turkish smoky paprika pepper. It's not very hot, but I need that little bit of heat, especially with my meat pieces. And let's taste it. I don't know how to describe this. It's similar to filet mignon, but with a little bit slightly different taste. But I can't stop it. Let me have one more so I can describe it better. This is fantastic. And hot mezes a la Turkish style meyhane session. Cheers. And now it's time for the main course. As I have said before, the main course is not mandatory, it's optional. Because after you eat all those amazing, and you saw that we had 10, 12 different kinds of cold mezes, followed by the hot tapas mezes, you usually start feeling like full. But as you see, these are not those big portions we are used to seeing, let's say, in places like the United States. Even this is tapas size, so you don't have big portions. The main course for this particular fixed menu here is, over here, we have veal, and it's sliced very thin, and it's simply sauteed with a dash of sea salt, a little bit of crushed paprika. That's all it is. Nothing else, but you taste the quality of the meat, because the meat is supposed to shine, not to be overshadowed by any kind of sauces or heavy spicing, and you are able to tell the quality of the meat, okay? In the middle here, we have another offal. We have liver. This is different than, let's say, liver and onion that people in the United States or UK are used to. There is no onion here. There is another variety here in Turkey, different cooking method for liver. And again, these are calf's liver, very tender. My favorite usually is on skewers with a little bit of salt and pepper grilled on charcoal. This is simply sauteed, just thinly sliced. They call it liver leaves, meaning it's sliced as thin as leaves. And to accompany the liver, here we have chopped parsley, chopped onion, and this particular onion is red onion, with a little drizzle of olive oil and salt. Some people, they add sumac to it. Sumac is heavily used in Middle East. It gives this pungent, sour flavoring. It's not one of my favorites. I still stick with my crushed red pepper and add the heat element. And here is our main course. It's so tender. As I said, there is nothing in here. There's no onion, there's no garlic. It's just fresh meat, fresh veal slices, and the taste of the veal shines through. It's not heavy, it's very light, but it's that delicious meaty taste. I'm going to try the liver. And yes, I'm going to try it with parsley and red onion. The combination of that refreshing, not too strong parsley, and again, red onion tends to be sweet, not like the regular yellow dried onion. So it doesn't overwhelm. Part of the Mehane ritual. You have a bite, you savor it, you listen to the music, you talk, you have a little sip, followed by turnip juice. It's no words to really describe it. It's delicious. Bon appetit.